The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.
Nashville-based multi-instrumentalist, singer, songwriter, dancer, and model, Alyssa Jacey. It's so good to have you in the studio.
Oh, me?
It's you.
Hi.
Hi. It's so nice to have you in.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Oh
I
my
like
gosh.
your blue
And
outfit.
especially talking about your brand new song, The Vibe.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's also a different sound. I was going through your Spotify, playlist, and certainly from your new songs that you did last year, like New, and then also, Top Shelf.
Yes.
Kind of a different direction with The Vibe.
Yeah, well, yes, I have always been into R&B and soul and blues, and to be able to dive further into that with this song has really allowed me to kind of like flourish in that area.
It's so neat because, you and I were talking, you've been around Nashville, since 2012 now.
Yes.
And really made a name amongst songwriters and everything, doing the songwriter rounds. But I've got to bring this up also, you've also been in dancing
Yes.
and everything else. And it's interesting to me, and I think the viewers will love it, on how you got into music, because it was a little bit later in life than most people, not until you were 24.
Correct. I had, I went to my parents and I said, hey, look, Mom and Dad, I think I need to take a break from college and pursue my dance career. And of course I got the
right.
Reaction, and understandably so. Are you ever going to go back to college? But I just knew that I had to take a break. Yeah. So I moved to Los Angeles, and I was 23 at the time. I was teaching dance. My very first job was coaching a singer how to move comfortably on stage.
Wow.
And from that one job, and the second, third, and fourth jobs that I had, because you have to have 900 million jobs in LA to make it work.
Right. It's a lot like Nashville.
It's becoming like that, yes, here. And I was singing to myself at one of my cocktail waitressing jobs, and my coworkers heard me, and they're like, we think you have a great voice. We're gonna start doing karaoke next Wednesday, and you're kicking it off. And that's how I learned I could sing.
Wow. And it started out with the LeAnn Rimes song also.
Yes, Life Goes On by LeAnn Rimes. And I owe that to my mom, because driving me to soccer practice back in the day, she would always rock country music in the car.
But it's kind of ironic, though, with that going on, and certainly, a dancing career, with Super Bowl and everything,
Yes.
dancing there, and I mean, everything you accomplished, and then making that shift to music, and really finding that was your wheelhouse, doing this one-woman show now.
Dancing in the Super Bowl was what, that's the pinnacle for me. Like, now where do I go?
Right.
And thank God that music showed up right around that time. So I was about 24 when I moved back to San Diego, and I had been so used to singing karaoke, and I loved it. And so I was going back to college Monday through Thursday. I had a full schedule. Thursday night, I would drive to LA, record Thursday, Friday, Saturday, drive back Sunday, do all my homework in the same day, and then do it over and over again while also working 20 hours a week at Victoria's Secret. And then teaching myself guitar and songwriting and booking.
Right. It's just amazing because, besides playing guitar, you also play drums. And I watched some of the videos too, to where
I love them.
you're pulling like a Don Henley, to where you're singing and playing the drums.
You want to see me in my happy place? Watch me on the drums.
But also, there are other videos that, performance, and obviously with all the shows you've done, around the country, and we've got a big tour coming up this summer, but to where you're playing your Martin guitar, your custom Martin guitar right here, which you are endorsed by them. And so you're singing and playing the guitar, Alyssa, and then you're playing a cajon with the back of your foot.
Yes, occasionally I swap cajon with something called a porch board. So I've got my right foot on some sort of kick thing, and left foot on some sort of tambo thing.
Yeah.
And then occasionally I'll throw in a harmonica and
That's a lot to keep up with.
I owe that to dance. Dance helped me with all my limbs.
Yeah, it's like multifunctional, because it's like, I can't play drums. I do well with guitar. But you have a beautiful guitar.
Thank you so much. Martin and I worked very close on this together. I have the world's most atrocious handwriting. It took me, and I'm not kidding, 30 minutes to write this out, because if you want to see me write my name quickly, like, good luck. It's like solving math problems. But it took a good amount of time to make this legible. But yes, we worked on it together, and the reason why I have this AJ down here, because instead of writing Alyssa Jacey out, I just go AJ, and then you can read it.
That is so awesome. Well, I wanted to bring up also with your big tour that you're going to be doing this summer. You're going to be hitting Arizona, California, and Hawaii.
Yes.
Doesn't sound bad.
It doesn't sound bad at all. Well, I have to say that I'm from San Diego, California, right? So
born in La Jolla.
Born in La Jolla. I go home to visit family often, so knowing that it's on the way to Hawaii. I've been touring to Hawaii for 14 years now.
Incredible.
So I'm regularly there once or twice a year, but I do something that I think I've coined this term called gig shopping, where I will put myself in certain cities or states and just take myself door to door with my one sheet and kind of like sell myself essentially like I want to play your venue.
Yeah.
And that's how I got some Arizona gigs.
Well, and also playing Greece and Italy and the UK and the other venues you played, you know, places over the years.
You did
I
some
wanted to bring
homework.
up also to where, you know, with the Alzheimer's Foundation,
Yes.
you know, your fans, the Blue Crew,
Yes.
which obviously, you know, a little bit of blue going on, right? You know, to where I thought it was so neat that you support this charity mainly because of your Grammy.
Yes, my Grammy. Thank you. You have done so much research. I appreciate that so much. So, my grandma passed away from Alzheimer's the month after I started singing. So actually 20 years ago this last month.
Right.
And she never got to see a show.
Yeah.
And we were so close. She was my go-to when my parents separated and divorced. And I made the decision that once I started making something to start giving back, I would donate a portion of my ticket sales or merch sales to the Alzheimer's Association when you bring the crew and wear your blue.
Right.
So blue is not just an obsession that I've had since I was a child, but I have turned it into a way to keep my memory for my grandma alive.
That's so special. And I know also, I got to bring this up, in your spare time, you know, you also teach dancing. You've got your, you know, Jacey jewelry.
Yes. I'm wearing a piece right now,
and
actually.
coaching people.
Can we close up on this?
Look at that.
By the
That
way?
is beautiful.
It says Jacey Jewels on there, and they are all different kinds of styles and stuff, but I particularly like this one a lot.
I don't know how you juggle it all in between, you know, going into the studio, doing new music, playing venues like the City Winery and also the Bluebird Cafe and the Listening Room. And I mean, you've played all the major venues here in town.
Here's the secret. These dark circles you can't see because of makeup. Makeup is my friend.
But also, one-woman band. Not easy. When you're doing guitar, the lead vocals, percussion, and also I've seen you work the crowd. You know, it's like you know how to bring a crowd to life, and I think I've got a feeling this is going to be a big year for you with tours and with everything else you've got going.
I have that same feeling, and I am so grateful for audience energy. I bring what I can bring on my own, but it levels up when y'all, Blue Crew, watching this in my next shows, when I see you, I love engaging and the interaction. I don't feel like this show is my show. I feel like it's our show.
Right.
So you can be just as much of a part of it as you want to be.
Well, I always like how much you engage the audience in that too, Alyssa, to where, you know, they're a part of your show while you're performing, and certainly when you do involve a band, but you pull it all off by yourself also.
Well, thank
as a
you.
one-woman band, which is amazing.
You're making it sound like it's some big deal.
It is a big deal. I mean, come on. It's like, you know, it's like chewing gum and rubbing your belly at the same time. It's like you're singing, you're playing guitar, you're hitting this, you're hitting that. It's like pretty impressive.
Carry the 4, 2 times 2. Yeah,
See?
math was never
And
my
math-
thing.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, but that's okay. But also, I want to make sure for our viewers,
Yes.
with your website, with social media, with everything you got going, I know they're going to want to come see you live.
Yes.
And also, there's still some of these CDs available, your live show.
Yes.
But all your audio, all your songs and everything are out.
Correct.
And on Spotify also. But I want to make sure for your website, social media, where do they need to go?
Well, if I'm being honest, I have actually deleted, I think I've released over 150 songs of mine over the years,
Right.
but I've taken down about 50% of that
Yeah.
from any streaming site, and you can get all of those on my website only. But the
awesome.
rest of the stuff that's out there you can find on alyssajacey.com, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, that is now X. And wherever you are, I am. Just type in ALYSSAJACEY. Wait, ready? Hold on.
Yeah.
ALYSSAJACEY. That's so dumb.
And they may search it and find some of the barefoot videos also of you performing.
Yeah. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, it's like, you know, you kind of shoes are optional.
The shoes are optional. I played all my shows barefoot for the first 8 years of my career, and the #1 Google search for a really long time was Alyssa Jacey barefoot.
Played 4,000 shows so far.
Yes, I've played just over 4,000
Just
now.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Not all
be sure and
barefoot,
check her out, you know, follow her on the website and on her social media, and certainly you're going to want to engage with the new song, The Vibe, which I love. She's going to be out on tour, so if she's not coming to a city near you, reach out to her, because she may be, and she'll bring some cool jewelry also. And I love the new song, The Vibe. I think it's one of those songs that a lot of people are going to embrace.
I hope so. It's about falling in love, that feeling of falling in love that you can't really put into words, but hopefully this song does for you.
Yeah. I think it's great. And also, she's got some CDs available, and we'll probably have those out on tour also, besides some great jewelry.
You got it.
I'll tell you what. Alyssa, it's so good to have you on the show. Alyssa Jacey, check her out, follow her, and go see the show live. The Vibe is out now.
Same thing goes with Eric. Y'all follow him and support this show because I couldn't be here without it. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.